Throughout history, sacred texts from all corners of the world have told the stories of individuals chosen by divine forces, anointed to fulfill crucial missions that shape the course of humanity. These individuals, marked by their unique purpose, are called to carry out tasks that go beyond the ordinary. But have you ever felt a deep, inexplicable pull towards something greater? A feeling that there's a higher calling, a responsibility to make a difference? In today's video, we'll explore 9 distinct types of chosen ones and how they serve divine purposes. These stories not only reflect ancient wisdom but also resonate with us today, offering insight into our own journeys. So, if you've ever wondered where you fit in the grand cosmic plan, stay tuned. This might just open your eyes to something more profound. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and leave a comment with the phrase, "I am chosen," to share your thoughts or to let us know you're ready for this exploration. Let's get started. The concept of a chosen one transcends cultures, religions, and spiritual beliefs. But what does it truly mean to be a chosen one? In essence, a chosen one is a spiritual being having a human experience, someone who is deeply aware of their divine calling and purpose. It is not just about fulfilling a singular mission but understanding the greater role one plays in the vast, intricate tapestry of existence. A chosen one is someone marked by a profound inner knowing, a sense that they have been placed on this earth for a reason beyond the ordinary course of life. In biblical and religious contexts, the concept of being chosen is deeply rooted. Take, for example, the words of the prophet Jeremiah in the Bible, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you, before you were born, I set you apart," Jeremiah 1 verse 5. This passage emphasizes the belief that divine intention is at work from the very beginning of life. It suggests that long before we were born, there was already a plan, one that includes purpose and destiny. The idea that we are known and set apart by a divine force before we even take our first breath speaks to the immense spiritual significance of being chosen. It serves as a reminder that we are not random, and our existence is filled with meaning. Isaiah 6 verse 8 offers another profound example of the chosen one narrative, "Here I am, send me." In this passage, the prophet Isaiah responds to the divine call, feeling an undeniable inner calling to act in accordance with the will of God. The chosen ones often have a moment of realization, a spiritual awakening, where they hear or feel a calling within themselves to serve a higher purpose. It's not always a dramatic revelation, but rather a quiet, persistent pull that can't be ignored. This call may manifest as a deep-seated desire to help others, to lead, or to stand for something greater than oneself. But here's the catch: while everyone is, in essence, chosen, marked by the divine and part of the greater cosmic plan, not everyone remembers their divine identity. Many walk through life unaware of their true purpose or the spiritual calling that beckons them. This lack of awareness can stem from external distractions, societal pressures, or even a lack of introspection. The world is loud, and sometimes it's difficult to hear the whisper of the divine within us. However, the notion that everyone is chosen gives hope and a sense of belonging. It suggests that we are all part of something much larger than ourselves. It is not a select few who are chosen, but all of us. We are all created with purpose, destined for something meaningful, whether we recognize it immediately or not. And the journey toward understanding our divine calling is an ongoing process, one that may require patience, reflection, and faith. It is only when we quiet our minds, tune into our inner selves, and embrace the divine presence that we begin to remember who we truly are and the sacred role we are meant to play. So, while the concept of a chosen one might seem reserved for the extraordinary, the truth is, we are all chosen. We all have a divine purpose, though some of us may not yet recognize it. The key lies in remembering, awakening, and answering the call when the time is right. The 9 types of chosen ones. Number 1, the oracle/the seer. The oracle, or the seer, holds a significant and revered position in spiritual and religious traditions. These individuals are gifted with the ability to perceive the unseen, whether that is through visions, dreams, or divine inspiration. They are not bound by the limitations of ordinary perception and are able to access hidden realms of knowledge. This connection allows them to gain insights about future events, uncover hidden truths, and offer guidance that goes beyond human understanding. The oracle's role is one of great responsibility, as their visions often carry profound implications, not just for their own lives, but for the lives of others. They act as conduits between the physical world and the spiritual or unseen realms, helping others understand and navigate the complexities of existence. The essence of the oracle's gift lies in their ability to see what others cannot, whether it be the future, the deeper meaning behind events, or the spiritual lessons woven into life's challenges. Biblical history is rich with examples of individuals who fit the role of the oracle or seer, and their stories provide insight into how these figures functioned within the divine plan. One of the most significant biblical examples is Joseph, the son of Jacob, whose story is told in the book of Genesis. Joseph was gifted with the ability to interpret dreams, a talent that became crucial when he interpreted Pharaoh's disturbing dream. Pharaoh had dreamed of 7 fat cows being devoured by 7 thin cows, followed by 7 full heads of grain being consumed by 7 withered ones. None of Pharaoh's advisors could explain the meaning, but Joseph, through divine revelation, interpreted the dream, foretelling 7 years of plenty followed by 7 years of famine. Joseph's role as an oracle was not just about predicting the future, it was about guiding Pharaoh, and through him, the entire nation of Egypt, on how to prepare for the forthcoming famine. Joseph advised Pharaoh to store grain during the years of abundance, ensuring that Egypt would survive the hardship. His wisdom, grounded in divine insight, played a pivotal role in saving lives and shaping the future of a nation. The oracle's gift, in Joseph's case, was used to create practical solutions based on divine foresight, illustrating how the seer's role can impact entire societies. Another prominent biblical example is Daniel, a prophet and seer in the book of Daniel, who interpreted King Nebuchadnezzar's dreams. Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, was troubled by a recurring dream of a great statue made of various materials, but he could not understand its meaning. In his desperation, he called upon all his wise men, but none could provide an interpretation. It was Daniel, through divine revelation, who was able to describe the statue and its significance. The statue represented a series of empires, each one crumbling before the arrival of God's kingdom. Daniel's interpretation was not just a prediction, it was a profound message about the rise and fall of nations, and the ultimate triumph of divine will. Just like Joseph, Daniel's ability to see the future and interpret the hidden meanings of dreams made him an invaluable advisor to the king. His gift as a seer was not just about revealing what would come to pass but also about helping others understand the divine plan, guiding them to act in accordance with God's will. Beyond the biblical examples, the role of the oracle or seer is a concept that has existed in many cultures throughout history. In the real world, one of the most famous figures associated with prophecy and foresight is Nostradamus, a French astrologer and seer from the 16th century. Nostradamus is best known for his cryptic and enigmatic quatrains, which many believe predicted significant events, such as the French Revolution, the rise of Napoleon, and even the 9/11 attacks. While his prophecies remain a subject of debate, his ability to foresee potential futures and the widespread belief in his vision illustrates the lasting cultural fascination with seers and oracles. Nostradamus's work, much like that of biblical figures, sought to guide others by offering glimpses into the unknown. However, unlike the more direct and clear prophecies of biblical prophets, Nostradamus's visions were often veiled in ambiguity, requiring interpretation and discernment. His work continues to be studied and discussed by those seeking to understand the mysteries of the future. The purpose of the oracle or seer, both in ancient times and in modern-day society, is to provide divine wisdom and guidance to others. These individuals are meant to use their unique gift to help others navigate life's challenges, make decisions, and align with a greater spiritual plan. Their role is not to control the future, but to offer insight into it, helping others understand the bigger picture and find their place within it. Oracles and seers are often called upon in times of uncertainty, offering counsel in moments of crisis or transition. They provide clarity, helping others see the unseen forces at work in their lives, and giving them the tools to respond with wisdom and understanding. While their visions are sometimes focused on the future, the ultimate purpose of the oracle is not just to predict but to guide, to help others live in harmony with the divine and navigate the twists and turns of life's journey with faith and clarity. The oracle's gift of foresight and wisdom serves a higher purpose, one that transcends personal gain and focuses on the greater good. They serve as spiritual guides, illuminating the path for others, offering insight into life's mysteries, and helping others understand their own place within the grand cosmic design. Whether through the dreams of Joseph, the prophecies of Daniel, or the cryptic quatrains of Nostradamus, the oracle's message remains timeless. The divine is always at work, guiding us toward our destiny, if only we are willing to listen and trust in the wisdom of those chosen to see what lies beyond our sight. Number 2, the free spirit. The free spirit is a figure who lives in defiance of societal norms, embracing a life that is unapologetically authentic and true to their inner calling. This individual rejects the rules, conventions, and expectations that society places upon them and instead pursues a life that aligns with their deepest beliefs and values. The free spirit seeks to be true to themselves, constantly striving to understand and express their own unique nature. Rather than adhering to external pressures or fitting into a predefined role, they create their own path, guided by intuition, personal truth, and a desire for deeper meaning. They are often viewed as rebels, not for the sake of rebellion, but because they are unwilling to settle for a life that doesn't feel authentic to them. In many ways, the free spirit embodies the idea of living without constraints, forging a journey that is shaped by individual desires and aspirations rather than the norms set by society. They are deeply connected to their inner self and often feel the need to express their truth in ways that might not be immediately understood or accepted by those around them. Their actions, decisions, and beliefs are driven by an inner freedom that transcends societal expectations. The free spirit is not concerned with fitting in but is focused on standing out, embracing their true self, and living a life of independence and authenticity. A powerful biblical example of the free spirit is John the Baptist, whose story is recounted in the Gospel of Luke, Luke 1 verse 80. John was not one to conform to the expectations of the society around him. He spent much of his life in the wilderness, living a simple and ascetic life. John's purpose was clear, to prepare the way for the coming of the Messiah. However, the manner in which he went about this purpose was unconventional. He preached freely, outside the confines of the established religious and societal structures, and his life was an example of radical authenticity. He rejected the comforts of worldly life, living instead in the desert and calling others to repent and seek spiritual renewal. John the Baptist's unwavering commitment to his divine mission, despite the rejection and misunderstanding he faced, exemplifies the essence of the free spirit. His life was a bold statement that true freedom and purpose are found not by conforming to the expectations of society, but by answering a deeper, divine calling. In modern times, the free spirit is often represented by individuals who step outside of traditional career paths to follow a more spiritual or personal calling. For instance, many people leave stable, high-paying corporate jobs to pursue creative, spiritual, or entrepreneurial endeavors. These individuals might become artists, spiritual healers, or start their own businesses, following a passion that might not be seen as practical by mainstream standards. However, for the free spirit, these unconventional choices are not seen as risks, but as essential to their happiness and sense of fulfillment. These individuals are not motivated by the desire for status or wealth, but by the need to live a life that is true to their heart and soul. Their choices often come with challenges and uncertainties, but they remain committed to their vision, understanding that true freedom comes with the courage to step away from the predictable and embrace the unknown. The free spirit's purpose is not only to live an authentic life but also to inspire others to do the same. By living in full alignment with their true self, the free spirit becomes an example of what is possible when one chooses to reject societal pressures in favor of personal truth. Their lives serve as a reminder that freedom, fulfillment, and authenticity are attainable when one dares to follow their heart, no matter how unconventional or challenging the path may seem. The free spirit encourages others to seek their own truth, to live boldly, and to embrace their unique journey. They show that it is possible to live a life that is not dictated by society's rules but one that is shaped by personal values, desires, and a deeper sense of purpose. Through their example, the free spirit inspires a sense of liberation in others. They make it clear that there is no single, right way to live, rather, the key to fulfillment is in living authentically and without fear of judgment. The free spirit's journey is one of continuous self-discovery, and they inspire others to embark on their own path of self-realization. In a world that often demands conformity, the free spirit's presence is a call to break free from the chains of societal expectations and to embrace a life of true freedom, one that is deeply personal, authentic, and transformative. Number 3, the truth teller. The truth teller is a figure who embodies the power of speaking the truth, no matter the consequences. This individual is unwavering in their commitment to honesty and transparency, often challenging deception and exposing hidden realities that others may choose to ignore or conceal. The truth teller is fearless, willing to confront uncomfortable truths and bring them into the light, even when doing so may bring personal hardship or societal backlash. Their courage lies in their ability to stand up against falsehoods and misinformation, cutting through the lies to reveal what is real. They are driven by a deep moral compass that compels them to act, often at great personal risk, to ensure that truth prevails. In the Bible, one of the most powerful examples of the truth teller is Jesus Christ, who boldly declared in John 14 verse 6, "I am the way, the truth, and the life." Jesus did not merely speak truth in a gentle, passive way, he proclaimed it with authority, challenging the religious and societal structures of his time. He confronted hypocrisy, exposed injustice, and called people to a higher standard of moral living. His teachings were revolutionary, not just in the content of the messages he conveyed, but in the boldness with which he spoke them. Jesus did not shy away from speaking uncomfortable truths, and this ultimately led to his crucifixion. Yet, his commitment to truth remains a defining characteristic of his legacy. His role as the truth teller was not just about speaking truth in words but living it through his actions, challenging the powers that be and calling for a transformation in how society viewed morality, compassion, and justice. Another powerful biblical example of the truth teller is the prophet Elijah, who confronted the false prophets of Baal in 1 Kings 18 verse 21. Elijah boldly challenged the people of Israel, asking them, "How long will you waver between two opinions? If the Lord is God, follow him, but if Baal is God, follow him." Elijah's confrontation with the prophets of Baal was a dramatic display of his commitment to revealing the truth, no matter how dangerous or controversial the situation. He exposed the lies and deception that had led the people of Israel astray, calling them back to the true God. Elijah's courage to speak truth in the face of overwhelming opposition, even at the risk of his life, underscores the essence of the truth teller's role. Like Jesus, Elijah was not content with simply accepting the status quo, he sought to bring about societal change by challenging false beliefs and guiding people toward the truth. In the modern world, the truth teller often emerges in the form of whistleblowers, individuals who expose corruption, injustice, or unethical practices within powerful institutions. These individuals take great personal risks to reveal the truth, often at the cost of their careers, reputations, or even their safety. For example, Edward Snowden, the former NSA contractor who exposed widespread government surveillance programs, is a contemporary example of a truth teller. Despite the personal consequences he faced, Snowden's actions brought attention to critical issues surrounding privacy, government transparency, and individual rights. His decision to speak out, though controversial, forced society to reckon with uncomfortable truths about the balance between national security and civil liberties. Whistleblowers like Snowden challenged the deceptive narratives put forth by powerful organizations, and in doing so, they create opportunities for societal change and reform. The purpose of the truth teller is to illuminate the truth and bring about societal change. In a world where deception, corruption, and misinformation often prevail, the truth teller acts as a beacon of clarity, showing others what is real and helping to correct the course of society. They are often ahead of their time, speaking truths that are not popular, not widely accepted, or not easy to hear. But it is this very fearlessness that enables them to break through the walls of denial and ignorance, forcing people to confront the reality of their situation. Whether through public speeches, actions, or revelations, the truth teller plays a crucial role in challenging injustice, fostering accountability, and inspiring others to live in alignment with truth. The role of the truth teller is not always easy, and it often comes with personal sacrifice. The truth teller may face rejection, persecution, or even punishment for their commitment to honesty. But the impact they make is undeniable. They help to bring hidden truths to light, offering clarity and insight that can lead to profound societal shifts. By challenging lies and exposing corruption, the truth teller creates space for justice and integrity to flourish. In doing so, they play an essential role in transforming society, ensuring that truth remains at the heart of human progress and moral evolution. The legacy of the truth teller is one of courage, conviction, and the unwavering pursuit of what is right. Number 4, the inspiring infiltrator. The inspiring infiltrator is a figure who strategically uses their influence, often through art, media, or leadership, to subtly spread higher knowledge and awaken others to divine truths. Rather than being overt or aggressive in their pursuit of change, they work within established systems to plant seeds of wisdom, which eventually lead to profound societal transformation. This individual does not force their message onto others. Instead, they use their position to subtly influence minds, awaken hearts, and challenge perceptions from within. Their power lies in their ability to move through mainstream spaces, whether it's through their art, their leadership role, or their presence in society, making a significant impact by inspiring others to think, reflect, and embrace deeper spiritual truths. A powerful biblical example of the inspiring infiltrator is Queen Esther, whose story unfolds in the Book of Esther. Queen Esther's position in the Persian court appeared to be one of luxury and privilege, but beneath the surface, she carried a greater purpose. Esther, a Jewish woman, was selected to be queen, and this position placed her in the royal palace during a time of great danger for her people. When a plot to destroy the Jews was uncovered, Esther was faced with a critical decision. She could stay silent and protect her own life, or she could use her influence to save her people. In Esther 4 verse 14, her cousin Mordecai urges her, "Who knows but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this?" Esther chose to use her royal position not for her own personal gain, but for the greater good. She used her influence and wisdom to gain the king's favor and reveal the truth of the plot against her people, leading to their salvation. Esther did not take a confrontational approach. She did not start a rebellion or directly challenge the king. Instead, she strategically used her influence and position within the system to awaken the king to the truth, saving her people in the process. Her ability to subtly shift the course of events without overtly challenging authority demonstrates the essence of the inspiring infiltrator. She worked from within the system to bring about divine change, showing that sometimes the most profound impacts come not from radical rebellion, but from quiet, strategic influence. In the modern world, we see the role of the inspiring infiltrator played out by artists, musicians, and cultural leaders who use their platforms to spread spiritual messages and inspire social change. One such individual is Bob Marley, the legendary reggae musician, whose music carried deep spiritual and revolutionary messages. Bob Marley's songs were not just catchy rhythms or popular anthems, they were powerful expressions of social justice, unity, and personal empowerment. Through songs like Redemption Song and One Love, Marley used his platform to promote messages of peace, freedom, and spiritual awakening. His music spoke to the struggles of the oppressed, the importance of love and unity, and the need for personal and collective transformation. Marley's music, filled with messages of spiritual liberation, resonated with millions of people across the world. He did not stand at a pulpit delivering sermons, but instead, he reached people through his art. His songs were infused with divine truths about unity, peace, and the need for a spiritual awakening that transcended borders and societal divisions. Bob Marley's influence as an artist was profound, and his legacy continues to inspire people to seek personal freedom and social justice. By subtly embedding these messages in his music, Marley fulfilled the role of the inspiring infiltrator, awakening minds and hearts to a higher level of consciousness without forcing his beliefs on anyone. He spoke through his art, and in doing so, inspired a generation to think differently about the world and their place in it. The purpose of the inspiring infiltrator is to awaken people to divine truths in a way that feels natural, non-threatening, and accessible. Their messages are often subtle but impactful, leading others to reflect, question, and grow. These individuals are masters at weaving higher knowledge into the fabric of mainstream culture, using their art, leadership, or presence to create moments of spiritual awakening. Rather than preaching directly or confronting others, they operate through influence, gently guiding people toward greater awareness. Their role is not to force change but to inspire it, to open minds and hearts to higher truths and to spark an inner awakening that leads individuals to seek deeper understanding. The key to the inspiring infiltrator's effectiveness lies in their ability to subtly challenge societal norms without alienating their audience. Through their influence, they can challenge deeply held beliefs, create spaces for new ideas, and lead people to a greater understanding of their own spiritual journeys. Whether it's through music, film, literature, or other forms of expression, they are able to plant the seeds of transformation in a way that feels organic and unforced. They are the quiet disruptors, not calling for a dramatic overthrow of systems, but for a gradual shift in how individuals see the world and themselves. Their impact is often long-lasting because the truth they spread is internalized over time. People may not immediately recognize the deeper messages in art, music, or media, but over time, the lessons begin to resonate. These figures leave an imprint on the collective consciousness, and their influence spreads far beyond the initial message. The inspiring infiltrator's ability to awaken minds and inspire societal change comes not from overt actions but from the quiet yet powerful influence they wield through their art, leadership, or cultural presence. Through their work, the inspiring infiltrator helps society move toward a higher state of consciousness. Their role is to nudge people toward spiritual awareness, challenge societal norms that limit personal growth, and inspire a collective shift toward truth and enlightenment. Whether through Esther's subtle influence in the Persian court or Bob Marley's spiritual messages through music, the inspiring infiltrator is a crucial figure in bringing about positive societal change. They understand the power of influence and use it wisely to help awaken others to their divine potential, guiding society to a higher level of spiritual awareness and growth. Number 5, the confused chosen one. The confused chosen one is a figure who recognizes their divine purpose but struggles to align their actions and beliefs with that purpose. Despite having an inner sense that they are destined for something greater, they often feel overwhelmed or uncertain about how to step into their calling. This individual may experience doubt, fear, or confusion as they attempt to reconcile their spiritual calling with the challenges and demands of everyday life. The confused chosen one is not lacking in purpose, rather, they are caught in a state of inner turmoil, torn between the pull of their higher calling and the pressures of the world around them. They often feel disconnected from their true path, unsure of how to take the necessary steps forward. The journey of the confused chosen one is one of self-discovery, inner conflict, and eventual clarity. One of the most powerful biblical examples of the confused chosen one is Moses. In Exodus 3 verse 11, when God first calls Moses to lead the Israelites out of Egypt, Moses is overwhelmed with self-doubt and uncertainty. He questions his own ability to carry out such an important mission, asking, "Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the Israelites out of Egypt?" Moses is keenly aware of the task ahead of him, but he cannot see himself as the one capable of fulfilling it. His doubts reflect the classic struggle of the confused chosen one, an individual who knows they have a purpose, but struggles to align their sense of self with the monumental task at hand. Moses' journey is one of hesitation, self-reflection, and reassurance from God. Over time, he grows into his role, gaining the confidence and clarity he needs to lead the Israelites to freedom. Despite his initial doubts, Moses eventually finds his purpose and, in doing so, becomes a beacon of strength for others who may face similar struggles with self-doubt or confusion. In the modern world, the confused chosen one may be seen in individuals who are torn between their spiritual awakening and the demands of material life. Many people experience a sense of purpose or calling that is deeply spiritual, but they struggle to balance this calling with the pressures of their careers, family obligations, or societal expectations. For example, a person who feels a deep connection to helping others may find themselves caught in a job that focuses on financial gain rather than service. Others may experience a calling to teach, heal, or create, but feel unsure of how to make that leap from their current lifestyle to one that aligns with their deeper calling. They may struggle to find clarity on how to navigate this inner conflict and may feel overwhelmed by the disconnect between their spiritual yearnings and their material needs. The purpose of the confused chosen one is ultimately to find clarity. This journey is one of self-discovery, inner reconciliation, and spiritual growth. The confused chosen one must come to terms with their doubts, fears, and insecurities before they can fully embrace their purpose. This individual may need to go through a period of introspection, where they reflect on their true desires and values. They may need guidance from mentors, spiritual practices, or even divine intervention to help them navigate their inner turmoil and align their actions with their higher purpose. The key to their transformation is overcoming self-doubt, finding trust in themselves, and gaining the clarity needed to step into their true role. Once the confused chosen one finds clarity and begins to align with their purpose, they become a source of guidance and inspiration for others who are facing similar struggles. Their journey, marked by confusion and self-doubt, becomes a testament to the importance of perseverance, self-reflection, and trust in divine timing. By sharing their own story of transformation, the confused chosen one helps others realize that it is okay to struggle, and that clarity will come with time and effort. Their role is to show others that, even in moments of uncertainty, there is a path forward, and with faith and perseverance, they too can align with their divine calling. In many ways, the confused chosen one's purpose is to help others see that confusion and self-doubt are natural parts of the spiritual journey. These struggles do not negate their higher purpose, rather, they are part of the process of growth. The confused chosen one's journey is an example of how the process of becoming who we are meant to be is not always straightforward or easy. It is messy, filled with doubts and fears, but ultimately it leads to the clarity and strength needed to guide others on their own paths. By facing their confusion and working through it, they learn the importance of trusting the process and of having faith that, even in the midst of uncertainty, they are on the right path. The confused chosen one's story reminds us that spiritual awakening is not always immediate or clear-cut. It often involves moments of struggle, confusion, and self-doubt. But through perseverance, introspection, and trust in divine guidance, these individuals find the clarity they need to fulfill their purpose. And in doing so, they become leaders, healers, and guides for others who may also be struggling to align with their higher calling. Number 6. The Hermit. The hermit is a figure who seeks solitude and retreat from the distractions of the world in order to connect deeply with nature, spirituality, and the divine. This individual is not driven by the need for social interaction or material success but is drawn to a life of introspection, meditation, and spiritual growth. The hermit values peace and solitude as necessary conditions for cultivating a deeper connection to the divine, allowing them to seek clarity, insight, and wisdom that cannot be found in the chaos of the outside world. In isolation, the hermit experiences a profound spiritual awakening, gaining wisdom that is later shared with others to help guide them on their own journeys. A powerful biblical example of the hermit is Jesus Christ's 40 days in the wilderness, as described in Matthew 4 verses 1-2. After being baptized, Jesus withdrew into the wilderness to fast and pray, preparing for the public ministry that lay ahead. During this period of solitude, Jesus was tempted by Satan, but he remained focused on his spiritual connection with God. This time of isolation allowed Jesus to align with his divine purpose, and the wisdom he gained during this period became the foundation for his teachings and ministry. The wilderness experience was not just a time of physical endurance, but a period of spiritual enlightenment, where Jesus sought clarity and strength for the challenging mission ahead. The story of Jesus in the wilderness exemplifies the hermit's path, choosing solitude to connect with the divine and prepare for a greater purpose. In the real world, the hermit's role is often seen in the lives of monks, sages, and spiritual seekers who live in isolation in order to deepen their understanding of spirituality. Throughout history, many monastic traditions have emphasized the importance of retreating from the world to find divine wisdom in silence and contemplation. Monks who live in monasteries or hermitages, for example, often spend years in solitude, dedicating themselves to prayer, meditation, and study. This time in isolation is seen as essential for cultivating spiritual clarity and understanding. By removing themselves from the distractions of everyday life, these individuals create the space needed to connect more fully with the divine and gain insights that can guide others. One contemporary example of the hermit archetype can be found in the lives of individuals who choose to live in seclusion to deepen their spiritual practices, such as spiritual seekers who retreat to remote locations to meditate or reflect. These individuals may not always follow a traditional monastic path but embrace the same principles of solitude and spiritual focus. They may live in remote cabins, quiet retreats, or wilderness areas, seeking to connect with nature and their inner selves. Like monks of the past, their lives are focused on seeking wisdom and enlightenment in isolation, away from the noise and distractions of modern society. The purpose of the hermit is to gain divine wisdom through solitude and contemplation, and later share that wisdom with others. In their retreat from society, the hermit not only deepens their own spiritual understanding but also prepares to offer guidance to others who may be seeking the same clarity and insight. The wisdom the hermit gains during their time alone is meant to serve a greater purpose. When they return to the world, they bring with them valuable knowledge and perspectives that can help others on their spiritual journeys. The hermit is often a teacher, not through direct instruction, but through the sharing of their experiences and wisdom, gained through solitude and connection with the divine. The hermit's journey highlights the importance of introspection and retreat in spiritual growth. In today's fast-paced, constantly connected world, the idea of withdrawing from society to seek spiritual enlightenment may seem foreign to many. Yet, the story of the hermit serves as a reminder that true spiritual wisdom often requires time alone, away from external influences. It is in these quiet moments of solitude that we can hear our inner voice, connect with our higher self, and receive guidance from the divine. The hermit shows that it is not in the hustle and bustle of daily life that we find our deepest truths, but in the stillness and silence of solitude, where we can hear the whispers of the divine. Once the hermit has gained the wisdom they sought, they are often called to share it with others, helping to guide them toward spiritual awakening. The hermit may return to society or interact with others in ways that reflect the wisdom they have gained. Their role is one of guidance and support, showing others the value of introspection, meditation, and spiritual discipline. They may not seek fame or recognition for their insights, but their wisdom continues to influence those who are open to receiving it. The hermit archetype teaches us the value of retreating into solitude to connect more deeply with our spiritual selves. It reminds us that sometimes, in order to find the clarity we seek, we must step away from the noise and distractions of the world. Through the example of figures like Jesus in the wilderness or monks in their quiet retreats, the hermit shows us that time spent in solitude can be transformative, leading to profound spiritual insights that benefit not only the individual but also the world at large. The hermit's purpose is to seek divine wisdom, and through that wisdom, guide others to a deeper understanding of themselves and their spiritual path. Number 7. The Warrior. The warrior is a figure who stands firmly against darkness, injustice, and oppression, driven by a deep sense of duty to defend righteousness and uphold divine justice. This individual is not afraid to confront evil, to fight for what is right, and to protect those who cannot protect themselves. The warrior's strength lies not just in their physical ability, but in their unshakable faith in a higher purpose and their commitment to ensuring that justice prevails. The warrior is often called to battle, whether literally or metaphorically, and faces obstacles that require immense courage, determination, and resilience. But beyond the external fight, the warrior also represents inner strength, an unwavering commitment to truth and righteousness that cannot be swayed by fear, doubt, or adversity. A prominent biblical example of the warrior is David, as recounted in 1 Samuel 17 verse 45, where he faces the giant Goliath. Despite being a young shepherd, David's faith in God's power and his sense of divine calling allowed him to confront the giant that no one else in Israel dared to face. With just a slingshot and a stone, David declared, "You come against me with sword and spear, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied." David's faith in God gave him the strength to face what seemed like an insurmountable enemy, and with that strength, he defeated Goliath. This story illustrates the warrior's core essence. The fight is not just a physical battle but a spiritual one, where faith and righteousness lead to victory over darkness and oppression. David's courage in the face of seemingly overwhelming odds shows that the true warrior is empowered not by weapons or might, but by the conviction that they are fighting for a higher cause. In the modern world, the warrior can be seen in the many activists and individuals who fight for justice, truth, and human rights. These individuals stand against systems of oppression, inequality, and corruption, often facing significant personal risks to make a difference. For example, figures like Martin Luther King Jr., who fought tirelessly for civil rights, or Malala Yousafzai, who advocates for girls' education and women's rights, embody the spirit of the warrior. Both have faced immense opposition and danger in their pursuit of justice, yet they remained unwavering in their commitment to fighting for what was right. Modern-day warriors may not always engage in physical battles, but their struggles are no less significant. They confront societal issues, challenge corrupt systems, and defend those who are marginalized or oppressed. Like David, these warriors are guided by a strong sense of purpose and the belief that they are part of a larger, divine mission to bring about change. The purpose of the warrior is to defend righteousness, stand against injustice, and uphold divine justice. The warrior's mission is not always easy or clear-cut, but it is always rooted in the desire to protect the vulnerable, fight against evil, and ensure that truth and justice prevail. Whether it is fighting a physical battle, standing up against societal oppression, or simply speaking out for what is right, the warrior serves as a defender of divine order and moral integrity. Their fight is not for personal gain, but for a cause greater than themselves, often requiring great sacrifice and courage. The warrior's journey is not without struggle. In fact, it is often filled with conflict, internal and external, as they navigate the difficult path of fighting for justice in a world that may not always support or understand their cause. But the warrior is driven by a sense of higher purpose, knowing that their actions are part of a larger plan to restore righteousness and bring about lasting change. The warrior's courage and perseverance inspire others to join in the fight for justice, and their unwavering commitment to divine principles serves as a beacon of hope for those who feel powerless in the face of oppression. The warrior archetype teaches us the importance of standing up for what is right, even in the face of overwhelming odds. The warrior's strength comes not from physical might alone, but from their inner conviction, their faith in something greater, and their unwavering belief that they are fighting for justice, truth, and the well-being of others. In the face of darkness and adversity, the warrior remains steadfast, guided by the belief that they are an instrument of divine justice and righteousness. Their legacy is one of bravery, sacrifice, and the triumph of good over evil, reminding us that we all have a role to play in defending what is right and ensuring that justice prevails in the world. Number 8, the healer. The healer is an individual whose divine calling is to restore and rejuvenate the physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being of others. The healer is driven by an innate compassion and understanding of the human condition, seeking to alleviate suffering in all its forms. Their gifts may manifest in many ways, through medical expertise, energy work, emotional support, or spiritual guidance, but their ultimate purpose is the same: to bring healing, balance, and restoration. Whether they are mending broken bodies, soothing troubled hearts, or guiding souls back to a place of peace, the healer operates as a conduit of divine energy, helping to restore harmony and wholeness in the lives of others. A biblical example of the healer is Jesus Christ, who performed numerous miracles of healing throughout his ministry. One such instance is in Mark 5 verse 34, where Jesus heals a woman who had been suffering from a bleeding condition for 12 years. Despite her long period of affliction and numerous failed attempts at healing, the woman believed that if she could simply touch the hem of Jesus' garment, she would be healed. Upon her touch, Jesus responded, "Daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace and be freed from your suffering." This moment exemplifies the role of the healer, not just as a miracle worker, but as a channel through which divine power flows to restore health and well-being. Jesus not only healed physical ailments but also restored emotional and spiritual peace, offering healing that transcended the physical realm. His ministry was centered around healing, whether it was through miraculous acts or through compassion, love, and guidance. In the modern world, the healer's role is often seen in holistic healers, energy workers, therapists, and counselors who focus on the mind, body, and spirit. Holistic healers use a variety of techniques, ranging from acupuncture, massage therapy, and herbal remedies to energy healing practices like Reiki and chakra balancing. These modern-day healers understand that true healing is multidimensional and goes beyond just treating physical symptoms. They work to restore balance to the body, clear emotional blockages, and foster spiritual well-being. Energy workers, for example, use techniques that tap into the body's energy fields to remove stagnant energy and promote healing on a deeper level, while spiritual healers might offer guidance and practices that help individuals reconnect with their inner selves or with divine sources of power. The purpose of the healer is to bring divine healing to humanity, using their unique gifts to help individuals restore balance in their lives. The healer's mission is not just about curing diseases or relieving symptoms, it is about facilitating profound transformation and fostering a deeper sense of well-being. True healing, according to the healer's purpose, is not only about the physical body but also involves emotional and spiritual renewal. Whether through physical touch, words of comfort, or spiritual counsel, the healer's work helps individuals reconnect with their innate sense of wholeness and divinity. The healer's work is often quiet and subtle, yet it has a lasting and profound impact. The healer's ability to see beyond the physical ailments to the deeper emotional or spiritual causes of suffering allows them to offer a holistic form of care that nurtures the whole person. The healer's gifts are often nurtured over time through personal experiences, spiritual practice, or learning, but their ability to heal is deeply rooted in empathy, intuition, and divine connection. It is not only their technical skill or knowledge that makes them effective but also their deep compassion, which enables them to connect with those they are helping on a profound level. The journey of the healer is one of continuous learning and growth. As they guide others through the process of healing, they also undergo their own transformation, often learning new ways to restore balance in their own lives. They may face their own challenges, learning the value of self-care and spiritual growth in order to better serve those they help. The healer's journey is one of constant evolution, refining their skills, deepening their connection to divine energy, and finding new ways to bring healing to the world. Ultimately, the healer is a divine instrument of restoration. They help people find peace, wholeness, and balance, guiding them back to a place of spiritual and physical vitality. The healer's role is essential to the well-being of humanity, offering support and healing in times of physical, emotional, or spiritual crisis. Through their work, the healer brings divine love, compassion, and restoration, helping others to reconnect with their true selves and with the divine. The healer shows us that healing is not just about fixing what is broken but about restoring the whole person to a state of balance, harmony, and divine connection. Number 9. The Elder/the Wise One. The Elder, or the Wise One, is a figure deeply rooted in ancient wisdom, experience, and knowledge. They hold a wealth of understanding accumulated over a lifetime, often acquired through years of reflection, learning, and spiritual growth. The elder acts as a guide for others, offering advice, counsel, and insight to help others navigate the complexities of life. This figure is revered for their ability to see the bigger picture, to offer clarity in times of confusion, and to pass down divine knowledge that helps others grow spiritually, emotionally, and intellectually. The elder is not only a keeper of wisdom but also a teacher, passing on the lessons and insights gained from their own experiences and from their connection with the divine. A prominent biblical example of the elder or wise one is King Solomon. Solomon is renowned for his wisdom, which he received as a gift from God. In 1 Kings 3 verse 9, Solomon, when given the opportunity to ask for anything he desired, asked for wisdom, so give your servant a discerning heart to govern your people and to distinguish between right and wrong. This request for wisdom was granted, and Solomon became known for his remarkable ability to make wise and fair decisions, helping guide the people of Israel with justice and insight. One of the most famous examples of Solomon's wisdom is his judgment in the case of two women who claimed to be the mother of the same child. Solomon, in his divine wisdom, suggested that the child be cut in half and shared between the two women, knowing that the real mother would immediately offer to give up her claim in order to save the child. Through this profound act of wisdom, Solomon not only brought justice but demonstrated the deeper understanding and discernment that comes from divine wisdom. Solomon's role as a wise ruler and guide exemplifies the purpose of the elder, who uses their knowledge to lead and advise others in a way that serves the greater good. In the modern world, the elder archetype is embodied by spiritual teachers and leaders who offer profound wisdom and guidance to their followers. One of the most well-known modern examples is the Dalai Lama, the spiritual leader of Tibetan Buddhism. The Dalai Lama is revered for his teachings on compassion, peace, and the nature of the mind. His wisdom is not just intellectual but deeply spiritual, offering guidance on how to live a life of balance, kindness, and spiritual fulfillment. Through his words and actions, the Dalai Lama teaches individuals how to cultivate inner peace, how to approach suffering, and how to build compassionate connections with others. His wisdom, gained from years of spiritual practice and leadership, serves as a beacon for millions of people seeking guidance on their own spiritual journeys. Like the biblical elders, modern figures like the Dalai Lama play an essential role in passing down divine knowledge and helping others align with higher spiritual truths. The purpose of the elder or wise one is to pass down divine knowledge and wisdom to the next generation, ensuring that the lessons learned through experience are not lost but continue to guide and shape humanity. The elder's wisdom is not simply intellectual knowledge but a deep, intuitive understanding of life's mysteries and the divine plan. They have lived through challenges, trials, and triumphs, and they offer their wisdom not as a command, but as a gift that others can use to navigate their own journeys. The elder's role is to help others see beyond the immediate and the superficial, offering perspective and insight that allow others to grow, heal, and move forward on their paths. The elder's wisdom is often sought in times of uncertainty or crisis. Their ability to see the bigger picture and to provide sound counsel is invaluable to those who are lost or confused. The elder does not push others in a particular direction but helps them find their own way, guiding them to the answers within themselves through the sharing of knowledge, experience, and spiritual insight. This role is essential not only for individuals but for societies as a whole, as the wisdom of the elder can help shape the future, prevent mistakes, and inspire individuals to live with greater integrity, compassion, and understanding. The elder's journey is one of continuous growth and reflection. While they may hold great wisdom, they remain humble and open to further learning, understanding that wisdom is not static but an evolving process. As they pass down their knowledge, the elder learns to trust the divine flow of wisdom and recognizes that they are merely a conduit for something greater than themselves. Their wisdom is rooted in a deep connection with the divine and a recognition of the interconnectedness of all life. Through this connection, the elder is able to offer guidance that is not only practical but spiritually transformative. The legacy of the elder is one of enduring wisdom and guidance. By passing down the lessons they have learned, the elder ensures that divine knowledge is preserved and carried forward. Their role as a teacher and guide helps others avoid the pitfalls of ignorance and confusion, allowing them to live more purposeful and enlightened lives. The elders' wisdom transcends time and culture, offering insights that are timeless and universally relevant. Through their teachings, they illuminate the path for others, helping them connect with their higher selves and align with divine will. The elder is the keeper of wisdom, the guardian of divine knowledge, and the guide who leads others towards spiritual enlightenment and fulfillment. As you reflect on the various roles we've explored today, take a moment to think about which one resonates with you. Do you feel a deep connection to any of these archetypes, such as the warrior who fights for justice, the healer who brings restoration, or the seer who offers insight? Perhaps there is a specific mission, a calling that has been with you for some time, even if you didn't fully understand it at first. Have you ever experienced divine signs or moments where you felt a higher power guiding you toward a purpose, even if it was difficult to comprehend at the time? These subtle nudges, whether they come in the form of signs, inner feelings, or even divine intervention, can often point us in the direction of our true calling. It's important to understand that each of us has been uniquely designed with a divine purpose, and no one's path is the same. Some of us may feel called to be healers, others to lead, teach, or fight for justice. Some may be chosen to speak truth and inspire, while others may quietly seek solitude to connect with the divine. Wherever you find yourself, know that your gifts are precious and that you are part of a greater plan. The journey toward understanding your divine role can sometimes be challenging, filled with moments of confusion or self-doubt, but this is a part of the process. It's through those moments of struggle that you gain the clarity you need to embrace your purpose fully. Embrace your unique gifts and talents, because the world needs them. Whether you're a natural leader, a gentle soul with healing hands, or a quiet observer with profound wisdom to share, you have something invaluable to offer. Don't hold back, trust that your divine calling is just as important as anyone else's. There is no need to compare your path to others. Your journey is uniquely yours, and it is filled with purpose. By embracing your divine role, you allow yourself to experience the fulfillment and peace that comes from living authentically. When you step into your calling, you also step into your fullest potential, and through this, you inspire others to do the same. As you think about your path, ask yourself, which role resonates with me the most? You might not have all the answers right away, but allow yourself the grace to explore, to question, and to discover what truly aligns with your soul. Take the time to reflect on the signs and experiences that have shaped your journey thus far. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be and that you are ready to step into the next phase of your divine calling. If this message has spoken to you, I invite you to share your thoughts. Comment below, like, share, and subscribe for more spiritual insights as we continue to explore the divine roles we each play in this grand plan. Your story matters, and your journey has the power to touch and inspire others in ways you may not even realize. As you continue on your path, I offer this blessing: may you walk confidently in your divine calling, knowing that the road ahead, with all its challenges and triumphs, is exactly where you need to be. May you find peace and strength in embracing your purpose, and may your light shine brightly for all to see.